Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3 is a sequel to the smash hit Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion that released 20 years ago, except it's actually not that at all and is an incredibly meta match-3 survival horror comedy RPG Metroidvania made by Strange Scaffold, who you may know from I Am Your Beast, El Paso Elsewhere, and Click Holding. But it's actually really funny because I've actually played the first two Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion games, and they're really good, and you guys should play them. I'm not telling you where to get them or how to play them. You play as JJ Hardwell, who's essentially a history cop assigned to exploring this big science mansion, and it goes very quickly from kind of being a run-of-the-mill puzzle adventure narrative to a protagonist being made aware of his existence in the game, as well as the fictional story of the game's shaky development and overworked team. So I'm generally pretty interested in whatever new thing Strange Scaffold whips up because I enjoy their ability to jump into any and all genres, any slop I'm hogging up. But there was something about the metagaming and humor of this one that really piqued my interest, as well as the fusing of Metroidvania navigation with virtual novel storytelling and match-3 madness. I've played too many match-3 games and gotten very, very bored very, very quickly. So what sets this one apart from the ocean of its kind is that the mechanics of match-3 being used for everything from combat to lock picking kind of keeps the gameplay fresh because it's used in a myriad of different ways in those match-3 rounds. Certain actions are only options after obtaining a specific number of shapes, and certain actions only become available in the first place if you've done if you've taken part in choice-based gameplay in the navigation parts of the game. So for example, I was only able to I was only able to do a shoulder barge once I had unlocked enough strength to do so. And that shoulder barge needs like 3 squares and 3 circles to be able to do it. Something of that ilk. So I have found myself laughing out loud more times than I can count while playing this game. It can be very hard with games in terms of comedy. Sometimes a game can be very effortlessly funny. Sometimes they try a little bit too hard, but this is just really, really funny. It speaks to my kind of tongue-in-cheek, self-referential humor. I think it's really, really well done, and the story itself has been really engaging. Not just the creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3 story, but the meta story that they decide to cover on top of that. Under that as well.
Yeah, right.
And there's also, like, it's not just written comedy, it's also visual comedy, because there is something very jarring about having quite a bespoke art style throughout the entire game, and then suddenly you're in a hallway that just has stock images of clowns on the walls, and you're like,
My apartment? What?
Oh, hold on, what? And then you realize maybe like 5 minutes in that it's very intentional for those clowns to be there in that way. Now, sometimes the match-3 mechanics of the enemies can really fuck you around. It's something that's really been bothering me about this game. Like, I love it, but it bothers me because there's one enemy in particular where that fight, I felt, went a lot longer than it needed to because one of its moves, which it could get to very, very easily through matching maybe like three of 2 kinds of blocks, made you lose your entire progress of matching blocks together, and you needed to match those blocks together to do a specific action against that enemy. So like it can really mess you around because it is just, it's randomized, but it's also not because you've got an AI that's actively working against you. So it's great. I love it. That part fucked me up, but ultimately really, really enjoyed it. It's the sort of game that, you'll be into if you like match-3 games or you like comedy adventures, the sort of game that you'd love if it has all of that.
I do love match-3 games, and I forget after I haven't played them for a long time that I'm like, I haven't played a match-3 game in like 6 months or a year or something, and I'm like, I've Candy Crushed, I need to build a boated, I've even honey popped, and it's
we've all
like,
honey popped.
Hey,
and
we've all been to that well.
I forget how much it is just like.
I'm popping right now.
Have you been to that well?
I'm popping right now.
Honey pop.
Like for how much the game juggles a match 3 mechanic and the Metroidvania and the RPGness of it, does it feel like they are evenly balanced out?
Absolutely.
That you are like, or
I
like
think
you're
the
doing one
match
more than the
3
other?
takes up most of it, but it is different enough in each way that it's given to you that it doesn't feel like it's taking up too much of your time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, no, so you actually hit my point I was going to bring up perfectly. I'm not really a match 3 person. So I really struggle with, on my own, I set up moves intentionally. And I really love that. Having an enemy that can then get in my way and derail my shit.
See how
It's
you
like
find that frustrating.
you can be your own biggest enemy in a match 3 game.
Yeah.
Do you need someone else there that's
I'm
actively
my own
messing
biggest
you
enemy
up?
in real life, baby. I don't need it in my games
There
too.
is nothing more infuriating than setting up a line for yourself to, to match that 3 and then having the dinosaur that you're viciously fighting against go,
Now, is this
classic
a
conundrum, yeah.
creepy redneck dinosaur or just a
creepy
simple-
redneck
Dinosaur.
dinosaur. Well, it's not a creepy redneck dinosaur. It's a creepy redneck dinosaur mansion. 3.
Okay.
Right. What's the redneck part of that equation?
It's in like a redneck side of the
Gotcha.
Right, it's a mansion, but it's in the
America,
dodgy. Yeah.
potentially.
Yeah.
It's in
It's a
Florence.
mansion, but it's on wheels, so it can
Yeah.
be trailered
Yeah,
out.
yeah, exactly.
And
I don't
it's
know.
creepy.
And it's so creepy.
It's funny. I still think that like, in the sake of video games, the meta narrative of being aware in the game and pulling tricks on you, like, is the best type of comedy I think
So
video
much
games
fun.
can
Well, yeah,
do.
like-
and I'm still not tired of it. Like,
Your job goes from exploring the mansion to crack the case of like dinosaur experiments. It goes from that to looking for bugs in the game by doing runs,
I
which
love
is so
that kind
so
of
cool.
thing.
It's so
Yes.
cool. Like you meet the bad guy, and the bad guy's like, I'm just a bartender now.
just
There's
a
a bunch
dude."
of bugs in this game that you need to go find. And I'm like, okay.
It's funny
great.
that it works so well in video games because there's so much happening and so many mechanics. Like you can have a character become self-aware in a book or in a movie, and it like kind of it's single noted. But in
Yeah.
video games, it's like they can break the interaction you're having with it. They can go
think
into the
that's
code. They can make meta jokes about like other games and so. I don't know. It just
Yes.
seems more like it works so well.
I think it's the butting heads of consciousness. It's like I am conscious in a game playing characters, whereas like reading a book and that's happening around you. You're in it in a game. So to have a character turn
to
to you and
you,
go,
yeah.
"Hey, sup? Me
Yeah.
too, buddy."
It's not just
Love it.
it's not just Andy Kaufman going, I see you watching the movie or whatever. I don't understand that character.
Thank you,
but it's
Andy.
like it's like you're playing this, I'm gonna mess with how you're interacting with me kind of thing.
It's
good
a-
times.
Which I did
Yeah.
not expect from this game.
It's so funny that Strange Scaffold just because like
Oh, could have matched 6.
could have matched 6. This game looks beautiful. It looks like it plays really well, and I would say the same of I Am Your Beast, and I would say the execution of click holding is perfect.
Yeah,
like
it does. It
did
does
exactly
exactly
what they
what
wanted
it's
to do.
supposed
That's to
to.
do.
Yeah.
It's they're just a really interesting studio in
Picking their projects.
picking their projects and just executing
Going all out.
really varied games. And maybe there's Bejeweled arguably looks better than
I
this,
forgot Bejeweled.
but that's not the point of this. The point of this game is to show it can be done and do it and tell a different
Yeah.
story
Well, that's the
with
thing.
it all.
The
And that's
bejeweled, the bejeweled puzzle looks better than this.
yes.
But everything that surrounds the puzzles in this game
Yeah.
feels like a completely different. It doesn't feel like a match 3 game,
It's
which
so
is so
cool.
cool.
Also, like, as a self-proclaimed fan of them, they get boring. Like, and having
Yeah.
more mechanics built around that, the
lovely.
Metroidvania stuff, even the
and
narrative, stuff.
Yeah.
I love
I
narrative.
really love, and like I was reading, I was doing some reading, some light reading,
as one
and
does.
with Strange
on the toilet
Scaffold,
before?
they when I was doing a big fat one, when they like just before they finished and released El Paso Elsewhere, Strange Scaffold thought that was going to be their last game.
Yeah, right.
And so the fact that they released El Paso Elsewhere, it did so well, and they've released like 5 games after
They've just
that
got
that
3
have
big
all
wheels in
been
their studio of
bangers.
genre, setting, gameplay, and they
They've just
spin all
been
3 and go,
killing
we are now
it.
making a speedrunning murder parkour game. Okay.
Obviously, so much thought, and I don't want to discredit any of that by what I'm about to say. So much thought goes into these, like every element of its mechanics. But I really just want to think it's just a couple members of their team just doing a lot of drugs and waking up being like, I have an
Potentially.
idea.
Read what you wrote last night.
I'm aware of 6 ideas, and I want to do them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Hear me out, guys.
Roguelike deck builder.
With redneck dinosaurs. But they're in a redneck mansion, not
Creepy
redneck
Also, it's
dinosaurs.
match 3. Is the last
Also,
one.
it's match 3.
I obviously you're still playing through the
Yeah,
game.
I'm loving it.
I'm
will be finishing
intrigued to
this.
hear. Tell me about when you finish it, because I probably won't play this game, but I want to know how it
It's
ends.
only like 6 chapters, and I
That's a good
am
amount.
up to chapter 3.